I mean, I don't know that I'm super qualified to answer in the terms of what is categorized as what, because I'm not really, I guess, tuned in to streaming channels of media generally, you know. But I don't really listen to the radio or watch cable or you know, I don't watch TV. So it's like,
Yeah.
what's popular is like it's third-hand information to me. Um, but I do think that in general, you know, if people are rapping, that it's hip hop. But you know, so I think there's just everything for me just gets delineated based on if it's good or bad. I listen to just I guess the artists I listen to are kind of random, you know, and I'm introduced to them randomly. But one of my favorites right now is Emily King and Crystal Warren. Flying Lotus is a huge favorite of mine. I mean, he's hugely important to me. You know, I think that most of my notable film watching in the theater experiences coming up as a kid were in Spike Lee films, and not only the film itself, but the kind of cultural movement around each film, and like just the idea of a whole community getting up, going to the theater as a whole community is something that is like hugely inspiring. So I know it's possible for us as a community to support films because, you know, in the 90s when he was making movies in kind of his heyday, everybody went out, you know, the church bought out the theater and we would, you know, go see it on opening day. So, I mean, he's hugely inspirational, not only as an artist, but just in the way he's been able to mobilize the community. Love, you know, again, that type of stuff. I mean, it's a shame that she has not been patronized to make more films, you know, and she does, like activity, yeah, and you know, she's again hugely inspirational in terms of just being able to make something like East Bayou on that scale, and then talk to me and really get stories that were rooted in the universe of Black culture, but are wildly divergent, different times, different spaces. You know, that's something you don't get to see often, and it's. I mean, sadly, even from her, we don't get to see it often because, for whatever reason, you know, the industry doesn't treat her as somebody who they want to see a film a year from her, a film every 2 years, and that's a shame. You know, one of my favorite directors, a good friend of mine as well, and hugely inspirational. I mean, when I saw his movie, it really inspired me to continue and finish mine. I had already started it, and he was always supportive in me doing that. So, you know, I owe a huge debt to him, even without knowing him, just in making the movie and me seeing it. No, I think Wes Anderson. I think is from Austin, but I know he went to school in Dallas. And I mean, at the end of the day, I did not identify as a filmmaker, and I was not making films any of the time that I was in Dallas. So I wasn't really attuned to the. I mean, I didn't even know what a director was, or what, you know, I didn't even understand the process. So I think all I'm saying about it now is kind of 2020 hindsight. Like, now I know that Wes Anderson is from Texas, so I like his work now, but at the time I wasn't exposed to it, so, you know, I only got exposed to it later in life. It's a self-released film, so obviously we fight for attention with against a lot of other films that maybe have more resources, monetary or otherwise, to get that same attention. But I think that, you know, we've been able to compete, and it just has really taught me a lot about the process of getting something out there. And, you know, I'm hugely appreciative to the collaborators we've had in getting it out there. Variance Films is our main theatrical collaborator, but we also have a publicist who's been able to help us with that. And, you know, it's just been really an eye-opening experience. And I think on the metric of like, are we able to get attention to the film and get people to see it and get people aware of it? By that metric, we've done extremely well.